Hello YouTube, Pastor Jack here and welcome to my channel, First Things First. And today we're going to talk about a topic that I'm going to say it is about transgenderism, and it is what items should make every Christian mad. As we look at the world today, this one topic is something that there's an issue here that really should make every Christian upset, and we should really be holding some public officials accountable for this, and some physicians. You know, to make a point, let me say first of all, we all understand that none of us are in perfect physical condition. None of us. You know, we might have met somebody or heard about somebody who was running marathons at 80, and then, like a day after we hear about them, we find out they died of a heart attack or something. So, regardless of how good a physical condition you're in, you're not perfect physical condition. Well, I was told by a doctor one time, and I found it to be true, that none of us are in perfect mental condition either. And, my 67 years of living, pastoring a large number of those years, 35 to 40. I'd have to sit down and add it up. I started preaching when I was 17, so I started pastoring about 23. So, a long time. I can honestly look you in the eye and tell you that I don't know I've ever met anyone who was 100% in mental, fantastic, perfect condition. We all have issues, and my dad had a saying, man don't know what he don't know. And right now in this country, we have children. I personally don't know of any, but I have watched a lot of YouTube, and I have seen a lot of things talked about on TV, and seen videos of young people. Young. I'm talking, too young to buy alcohol, who have had surgeries to have parts removed. And just a few years ago, we called transgenderism as a mental disorder. But in the last few years, they have changed it to where it's not a mental disorder anymore. And we have doctors that are operating on kids, and these doctors took an oath to do no wrong. To do no harm. To do no harm. And they have people come in that, in this doctor's time of practicing, he used to give them a medicine and said they had gender dysphoria, I believe is the way you say it. And now they take parts off their body. If someone had anorexia, let's say this 17-year-old girl weighed 90 pounds, and she went to her doctor and said, I feel like I weigh 300 pounds. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see a 300-pound person. And this 90-pound 17-year-old sitting there, the doctor's going to say, we have some medicine we need to give you. You're anorexic, and we have some medicine that will help you with that. What if he, instead of saying that, said, all right, I'll give you lap band surgery or some other weight loss surgery? We would go out of our minds. We'd be protesting in front of the doctor's office. We would be, I'm telling you, the same things happening right now in this country to people who all they have is a mental disorder. All they need is some medicine. And we're cutting parts off them. And now I watch videos of where these same people now are crying and so sad that they allowed that to happen, and they're too young to buy alcohol, and we're letting them decide, if they're going to cut parts off their body or not. There's actually school systems that will not tell the parents whenever this child comes and saying they think they're a girl and they're a boy, or a boy and a girl, and they know that puts that kid at a higher risk for suicide, and they don't tell the parents. Uh, there needs to be a congressional investigation here. I'm a this is something that I've been through myself, not with transgenderism, but I started taking a shot about a year ago now. It's not quite been a year, but and it was for A1C, and I started taking it, and I started losing weight, and I lost 20, 30 pounds, and then I lost 40 pounds, and I had to go back to the doctor because I was already going to the doctor every 3 months, getting blood work done every 3 months. I have been for most of my life. And, I'd lost, 50 pounds. And he said, this medicine, you're only supposed to lose like 30 pounds. He said, but we prescribe this medicine for people who have an eating disorder called addiction, food addiction. And he started asking me questions, and I come to realize I probably had that. Now, man don't know what he don't know. And I thought everybody looked at food the way I looked at food. But this medicine changed the way I look at food. And, now I've lost even more weight and still losing a little bit. But it's because of the medicine. And it was a mental disorder. And I didn't know I had it. Well, you think these people who are going through transgenderism, you think they know they have a mental disorder? I think that's one of the definitions of mental disorder is you probably are not going to understand you got it unless somebody tells you. It's a mental disorder. You're not thinking clearly about that topic. We should be very upset as Christians. This is all my point of view, but Christians should be very upset that doctors are doing the things they're doing. I wonder if that doctor thinks because this 16-year-old girl's there and he gets the parents wanted her breast removed, that he's thinking about the $800 or $900 he's going to get for doing that, or is he thinking about where he made a promise that he'd do no harm, and he knows this person. He knows what medicine this person could get, and it would probably change their mind. I tell you, we should really be upset. Um, you know, the people who are in the transgender issue and they're struggling with it, we ought to be praying for them. It breaks our heart. It should break our heart. But for the people that's profiting from these people's mental issues, all Christians should be very upset. Keep the first things first. I'll see you on the next video.